Shiana Keto Rock Stars. Guess what night it is? It is Sunday night. Time for the Sunday Night Live. Welcome to the Rockin' Kitchen, Rockstar Kitchen. This is your host, your funny favorite food addict, Amy Davis. Thank you for joining us for tonight's Sunday Night Live. As usual, I'm not a medical professional. Any information provided in this forum is not to be used as medical advice, diagnosis, treatment, or services to you or any other person. Any information provided in this forum does not replace being seen by a physician. If you have medical condition, please seek medical advice from a physician, and always please consult a physician before changing your diet. Also, please feel free to post in the comments what city and state you are watching from. If you are watching it live, type "I'm watching it live" in the comments. Or if you're watching it on the replay, go ahead and type "I'm watching it on the replay" in the comments. Tonight, we are going to go ahead and taco about making tacos and making some chicken fajitas. So I hope that you are excited about those. If you don't like that type of food, I'm sorry, but maybe someone in your family does. So maybe you want to have a taco night. I have gotten ready a couple of recipes. The first one that I'm going to work on is one of my favorites, and it's one of the very first recipes that I ever learned to make, which is called taco pie. And I love this because it's very easy to make. It freezes well. My sister Janine Duval-Fretz gave this recipe to me. She doesn't look like she's in yet, but we're going to start with that one. And I've already ground some ground beef to prepare for this. And we're just going to make the rest of the ingredients. This recipe comes from Carolyn Ketchum's website. And if you're familiar with her recipes, the website is All Day I Dream About Food. And again, I'll post both recipes in the links to the live after the live. I'm going to go ahead and point my camera down. I do have, the recipe calls for 6 eggs, but I always add a couple eggs because I don't know, I like a little bit more in there. And I always, it's funny because I just posted a meme about this, I always add more cheese too. And Kristen's probably she's in here, I see, she's probably going to laugh about that because I don't think you can ever have too much cheese. So when we get to the cheese part, don't judge, there's going to be extra cheese in there too. So right now, I'm going to point my camera down. I have just a pie dish, and this is my favorite pie dish my mom got for me. And I also have just kind of a mixing bowl. And the recipe calls for 6 eggs, but I've kind of put a couple extra eggs in there. I don't think that's going to matter. And I just whisk up those eggs really good, beat those up. Until the yolks are all just kind of mixed up. And then we're gonna, in that bowl, we're gonna put 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. So I already have this already made up. So we're just gonna put that in there. And it doesn't have to be like whipped. We're just gonna mix that in there a little bit. So it's mixed together. And then it calls for 2 cloves of garlic, but usually when I'm making this, I'm kind of in a hurry. So I'm just going to add some garlic powder. So instead of 2 cloves of garlic, and I like mine a little garlicky, so I usually put in like a half a tablespoon really into there. And it's never been too garlicky for me. So we're going to put that in there, and then we're going to add a half a teaspoon of salt. And again, you can use whatever salt you want, but I always use the Redmond's seasoned salt, or the Redmond's, this is just the regular salt, because that's my favorite. And again, I apologize if this is backwards, because I'm doing this on my phone. So again, that's a half a teaspoon. And then also 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. And I stick to that because I'm not a big pepper person. So we're going to stick that in there. And then we're going to mix that all up. So yes, this taco dish does have eggs in it. But I really like eggs, so that's not a problem for me. And I've even fed this to my non-keto people. And they absolutely love it. I'll tell you a story about that in a minute. Okay, while we're over here, we're going to set this aside for a minute. While we're over here, we are going to actually... I know I showed this to you last week, but we're going to take... This has avocado oil in it. You're going to want to spray or grease your pie dish. I'm just going to do that while I'm here. And you can grease it with whatever keto approved oil that you use. I usually use bacon grease or this because those are pretty much the two that I use. Now we're going to move over to the stove for a minute because that's where my hamburger meat is. And I've already cooked this, but I put it back into the pan. Hopefully you all can see that. And what we're going to do is we're going to reheat this up. I'm going to put 3/4 cup of water in here. And then I'm going to turn the burner on. And then I actually already have some taco seasoning made up. And I just stored this in a baggie. And I'm going to... I don't like buying taco seasoning, and the reason is a lot of times the store-bought taco seasoning has gluten in it. So I usually make my own, and I will provide that recipe as well. But I already had some made up, so I'm not going to mix this in front of you. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sprinkle 3 tablespoons of this into the hamburger meat, and we're just going to reheat this up and mix it up into there, like as if you were making taco meat. So again, I usually do 3 tablespoons for every pound of hamburger. So we'll do that, and then we'll turn this on. And I have the oven preheating to 350 degrees. So we're just going to stir this up and heat the hamburger meat up. Normally my hamburger meat would already be warm, but since I cooked it earlier to save time, we're just going to thicken this up a little bit. I'm so sorry, this isn't the most exciting thing right now. But, so what I was going to tell you is I've literally made this dish. And I always cut it up and store some in the freezer. I usually make 2 at a time. So I double the recipe. I make 2 at a time. And I will store them in a freezer because when I get the hangries, then I pull this out of the freezer. And we had guests over one time, and it was a younger couple, and he was like, I'm going to run to Taco Bell. And I'm like, that's dumb. I'm like, don't run to Taco Bell. I'm like, I have something. And so literally I pulled one of these out of the freezer. I cooked it, and I'm like, what do you like on your tacos? And he named all the ingredients, and I had everything: onion, tomato, lettuce, sour cream, guacamole. And so I put whatever he wanted on it. He's like, this is the best thing he's ever had. So he did not, needless to say, he did not have to run to Taco Bell because I always keep this in the freezer at all times. Now my husband, he's not a big taco or kind of Mexican dish kind of person, so when I cook this, it's mostly for me, but he will eat this. He just won't eat it like 4 or 5 days in a row. He'll eat it maybe one day, but I will eat this. I mean, seriously, when I'm craving something like taco or Mexican, this is my go-to dish. I literally have a freezer full right now. I really didn't need to make this. But since Kristen said the magic word last week in the live and she said tacos, I knew I was going to demo this. And it's just so good. So you're just going to cook this and thicken it up. I know I poured some water in there just to kind of saturate it in the meat. Okay, and then I'll show you what we do. It is so easy to make too. So that's probably pretty good. I mean, it's thickening up a little bit, and there's still a little runniness in it. That's fine. So I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to bring you guys back over here for a second. And then I'm going to show you how we layer this. So let me make sure the camera's pointing over here. Let me get the meat. Okay, so we've already greased our pie pan. So we're going to start with the meat in the bottom of the pan. So you're just going to spread that out in the bottom. Make sure you get all that good taco stuff. And that goes first. Okay, and so then the next thing you're going to do is we're going to pour the egg mixture over that. Get rid of this. Okay, so we're just going to pour the egg mixture over this. Kind of spread it out evenly. Like that. And then here comes Kristen and my favorite part, which is cheesing it up. Now, it calls for 2 cups of cheese, but I never follow the directions on the cheese because, like Kristen and I say, you can't ever do too much cheese, especially not in a casserole. So if you go over that, it's not going to ruin. You can't have too much cheese. So don't judge me on the cheese. I mean, okay. That looks pretty good. And the next thing is we put that in the oven. It says 30 minutes, but I've added a couple extra eggs, so we may have to bake it a little longer. And you just check it to make sure it's not jiggly. So, stick that over here. So I'm going to open the oven and we're going to stick this in. We're going to start with 30 minutes. Alright, so I'm setting the timer. Kitchen timer. Perfect. Okay, so we've got that timer going for 30 minutes. I'm going to get this out of the way. That I'm saying. And then we're going to move over to our other dish, which is the fajitas. So, I have honestly have not made the fajitas in a long time, but I've gotten my air fryer out for this. Now, if you do not have an air fryer, never fear, you could probably do this on a pan on the broiler, or if you have a grill basket on your grill, you can probably do it that way. But the recipe calls for the air fryer, and we use our air fryer every week. It is great. So let me pull up my recipe for this, because like I said, I have not done this one in a while. I do the taco pie all the time. I mean, I make that every month almost. When I run out of it in the freezer, so I know that one almost by heart. So what I've done, I don't know if you can see this, I cut up 2 boneless, skinless chicken breasts, and they were frozen, so I thawed them out first. And then it says, and I've also cut up a red bell and green bell pepper and some onions, because that's what goes in fajitas. And it says to place chicken and coconut oil in a large bowl and sprinkle with chili powder, cumin, paprika, and garlic powder. And these kind of like leak some juice, so I'm just gonna put these in this bowl and toss this other bowl. So bear with me here. And then what I always like to do is I'm going to get something smaller to mix these spices in, because I like to mix the spices up first before I sprinkle them. So we're going to take 1 tablespoon of chili powder. And I thought about mixing these ahead of time, but then I thought, no, I'll do this. So 1 tablespoon of chili powder, half a teaspoon of cumin, okay, what else we got here? Half a teaspoon of paprika, got that right here. And again, these are backwards, but I'm going to post the recipe when we're done, so don't worry about reading them. Half a teaspoon of garlic powder right here. Okay, and that's all it calls for. And I'm going to just mix those together. And my air fryer is different than a lot of people's. It does not have a basket. It's got trays that you pull out, and I really like that. I've had it, so I'm just going to sprinkle some of this in here. Oh, and it also wants me to, I melted 2 tablespoons of coconut oil, and it wants me to mix that in as well. So I'm going to, and I've just put this in a coffee mug. I'm going to pour some of this in here, toss these up a bit, and coat that in that oil. Get them nice and coated. Put some more seasoning on them. Toss some more. If you don't like coconut oil, you could probably just use a different oil. I really don't think it matters. When I got this cookbook this came out of, coconut oil was all the rage. But I really, as long as you're coating it in an oil, I don't think it matters. Like if you wanted to use bacon grease, or I would use avocado oil. I would not use olive oil because it does not have a high smoke point. Definitely no canola oil, vegetable oils, anything like that. They are not keto approved. They're not good for you. Make sure your oils that you're using are keto approved. So we're just tossing it in the oils and the seasonings. And again, we basically made our own fajita seasoning here. And there's no gluten in it. I also have a steak fajita recipe too, so I could share that one. But this is the one I made before, and it's just this, I had a chicken on hand, so I thought, well, I'll show them the chicken one. Okay, so those are pretty well coated. I'll do one more toss here. Then, so you do not put the vegetables in right away. It says to cook these for 15 minutes. And then at about the halfway point, to add the vegetables. So I'm going to get this out of the way. I'm going to get this out of the way. And then I'm going to show you what my trays look like. I think I can get this out of the way now too. Sorry, my island is not very big. So we're going to adjust as we need to make more room here. Okay. So I'm going to show you. This is my air fryer. Woo, I think I just turned it on. Hold on, yeah. Okay, so I've had this for about, I don't know. Okay, it's beeping. I had this since I've been keto. It comes with these little trays, and I went ahead and I put foil on them because they're easier to clean if I do that. The one thing about this air fryer is it helps to sometimes switch the trays upper and lower so that they cook more evenly. So I'm just gonna load these up with the chicken. I have another tray if I need it too. I may actually need it, or I may have to cook these in batches because actually between the vegetables and the meat, there's a lot on here. I think my other tray may be in there, and I did not wrap that one with foil, so I may not be cooking all of this. Well, maybe. We'll see. Okay, so we're just putting the chicken on here. Okay, get this out of the way. And then, again, we're just gonna slide these trays in here. And then it says $3.50 for 15 minutes, but I'm gonna do $3.50 for half of that so that I don't overcook it. So let's find $3.50. $3.50 for 7 minutes. Okay, so that's gonna cook, and then when that gets done, we can pop that out. We may rotate these about half, or it also suggests flipping them over too. So we'll probably take them out, flip them over, rotate the meat as well. So welcome everybody. I see Bernadette's in here, Kathy's in here, Cindy's in here, Sue is in here. Wow, we got a lot of people in tonight. Thank you everybody for joining. What questions is everybody having? And what foods do you guys want to see for Thanksgiving? Any questions? Let me see. Comments and reactions. Also, just while we're waiting for things to cook, some taco related snacks. I always keep a tub of pork rinds, and I get these at Sam's. My husband, though, has recently realized that these, I think, cause him stomach issues, so he has stopped eating these, but I like these. These pair well with our favorite salsa, which is Mateo's, and we get Mateo's salsa from Costco. The other thing we like to use, and everybody loves this, even our non-keto friends, is we get white queso, and both Sam's and Costco has a version of this. And this is like a spicy cheese that you melt, and I just melt it in the microwave, but you can also, if you're gonna have a big group of people over, you can put it in like one of those mini slow cookers if you have a dip size one. And these are great. They're just, it's so good with the pork rinds. And I also put these on my eggs. Like I'll scramble eggs and make spicy eggs out of it. So for the fajitas, you're like, what are we gonna eat the fajitas in when they're done? You can make your own wraps, which I'm not demoing tonight, but I found what I use, and I take these to the Mexican restaurants too. These egg life wraps, and they have different flavors. I have found they sell these at Meijer's now. I used to order them direct from the maker at egglifefoods.com. And if you buy $50 worth or more and they freeze, I just pulled these out of the freezer because I'm going to eat these fajitas tomorrow for my lunch. But I would just buy them direct from the manufacturer and just have them shipped to my house. But now I'm finding, I think they might sell them at Aldi's, and they sell them at Meijer. So you can find them at local grocery stores. They might sell them at Whole Foods as well. So just shop around and see if you can find them. But these, and I also sneak them in my purse when I go to the Mexican restaurants, and I'll order fajitas when I go out, or whatever dish I'm eating. These are what I take to the Mexican restaurants. Also, I don't know if you're new to this or not, but I go to Sam's and Costco, and I'll buy the holy guacamoles in the box, and I stick that whole box in the freezer. And I only pull out one at a time when I'm eating my taco pie, and I'll quick thaw it in the microwave just for like 10 or 20 seconds. And I don't know if you knew you could freeze those little guacamoles. Alright, so we're halfway through the cooking the first 7 minutes, so we could pull these out. Oh, and I lost half my chicken here. So that's, just know if you wrap the wrap it with foil, you might have a little bit of struggle. And we're gonna put this one on top, and then swap this one to the bottom. Just because the close in this air fryer, the one on top is closer to the heat. We're gonna do it like that for that 4 minutes. So I just swapped them from top to bottom is all I did. Alright, what questions is everybody having? Any questions? So, yeah, so we're just cooking the chicken for 7 minutes. The taco pie is in the oven. That's got 16 minutes left. And honestly, we'll probably have to bump that up a little bit. I'm looking ideas for next Sunday, which is the week before Thanksgiving. So if you have something you want to see, please post it in the comments. Oh, it's starting to smell like coconut chicken a little bit, because we use the coconut oil on the chicken. I don't normally cook with coconut oil, but this recipe called for it, so that's what I used. But yeah, if there's something specific you want to make, otherwise I'm probably just going to pick something and demo it for next week before Thanksgiving. Alright, we got 2 minutes left. And then it says add onion and peppers into the fire basket when the timer has 7 minutes remaining, which we only put the timer for 7 minutes. It says toss the chicken 2 or 3 times during cooking. So we'll probably add the vegetables. And then pull this out and add the vegetables and toss it and cook it. But you want to make sure the chicken's thoroughly cooked. And then again, serve it with your wraps, your egg life wraps. Do not get the Mission wraps. Those have gluten in them, and they try to get you to use those net carbs. Don't trust the anything Mission, anything. If you flip it over, you see flour, gluten, contains wheat. Just be leery of any of those wraps. I do trust these egg life wraps. They're pretty good. So they use egg whites, which is why I like them. So, alright, we got 1 minute, and we're going to pull that out, and we're going to put the vegetables on them. And I probably cut too many vegetables. It said a half a green pepper, half of red pepper, but honestly I'm not going to use the other half, so I just cut it all up. So we'll put what we can on there, toss it up, and then we may not be able to use it all. Alright. We got Julie in here and Kristen. Hi, ladies. So, just so you know, if you missed the beginning part, you'll be able to go back and re-watch it on a replay. Okay, so my air fryer stopped. I'm going to pull out the chicken. And it already looks like it's cooking. I don't know if you can see that or not. I'm just going to pull this foil off. Looks good, smells good. And I'm just going to add some of the fajita peppers to it. And we're just going to kind of put those on top there. So we have green peppers, red peppers, and onions. And then I suppose we should toss that in there a little bit. It's not real easy to do, but okay. All right, hopefully that all fits in there. We'll find out. Sorry, I'm usually winging this most weeks. And I haven't really made this one in a while, so that's what it looks like going in. Let's see if we can fit that all in there. Wow. I don't know, ladies. All right, let's see if we can get this one. Oh, we got onions flying everywhere. Okay. This one seems to be all onions. How do I get it in there? Okay, and we'll toss that up a little bit. Smells good. I gotta stop eating lean on Sundays because when I cook for you guys, I get really hungry. All right, we're gonna pop that back in. We're gonna do 350. You know, I'm gonna do 8 minutes. All right. Get this out of the way. So again, just to recap, favorite salsa, Mateo's. I get that at Costco. I get and I think they sell these other places too if you don't have a Costco or Sam's Club membership. These are the little classic holy guacamoles, and I get them in a box so I can freeze them. I know they sell the white queso at other places too, other than Sam's and Costco, but I'm a big box store kind of person. And those go great with really, you know, potato chips and all that stuff. No bueno on the chips. So if you want, and I hated pork rinds. I hated them. Until I realized pork rinds are a conduit for whatever sauce you like. So, I learned to love pork rinds because you can dip cheese on them, you can dip salsa on them. So they became my friend. I eventually learned, and there's flavored ones. There's those 2808 pork rinds that have like, and they sell those at the Whole Foods store, and those have flavoring on them. They have all different types of flavoring. So once I found those, I started to learn to love pork rinds a little better. Okay, we got 9 minutes on our taco pie. And again, I didn't cut up all the toppings for taco pie, but basically that's like taco in a bowl. And so you'll cut up lettuce, you'll cut up whatever your favorite toppings are. Kristen, what are your favorite toppings to put on like your tacos? What do you put on your tacos? What do you like? Julie, what do you put on your tacos? Post it in the comments. I like the work. So when I went to Taco Bell, I used to get the Supremes. So Burrito Supreme, Taco Supreme. I used to like the tacos that were wrapped in an additional taco. So hard shell taco wrapped in a soft shell taco. I forget what that was called. But like the double taco. Crunch wrap, or I don't know what it was called. I don't know. But, and lettuce, tomato, onion. So you cut up all your toppings. And then I always have sour cream and guacamole. And then, like I said, that taco pie freezes. So what I'll do with this tonight is I'll stick that in the fridge and cool it down. And it will solidify. And then I'll cut it into pie-shaped pieces. And then I'll put them into Ziploc baggies, write what it is and the date on it, and throw it in the freezer. And then when I get the hangries for taco, I can pull it out and heat it up at any time. The fajitas I'm probably going to eat tomorrow for lunch with some sour cream and guacamole. And I'm going to eat those in my egg life wraps. Yum, so delicious. So this I won't freeze, although you could. I mean, it's just meat and vegetables. But that probably won't last. It'll be gone before you know it. So let's see, 7 minutes. I'll check the taco pie in 7 minutes. Maybe we should flip these around. I don't know if I'm going to be able to though. Let's see what the vegetables are looking like. We'll pull this out and try to, we might have to cook them a little longer. Ooh, this hot pad. Oh, it's because it's ripped. Alright, so they are cooking. Look at it steam. Yummy. Smells delicious. So we'll try to take this one out. This one is really loaded up. Yeah, let's see if I can put that up there. I'm telling you, I don't even like eating out anymore, because when you can make something that looks that good with meat and vegetables, why would you want to go out? Seriously. That and Kristen, they just don't even give you as much cheese as you want anyway. They charge you extra for extra cheese anyway. My extra cheese is free. I'll have to demo how I shred my own cheese for cheap, because I like cheese too. We might have to start another page called Cheeseaholics Anonymous or something. Maybe they'll just be 2 members, me and you, but that's okay. Sorry, I need a drink of water. I'm getting hungry. Because it's smelling really good in here. Okay, so your homework for this week, unless you already know, is to come back and tell me what you want me to make in the live next week. I'm already preparing my Thanksgiving meal. And I am going to make some keto dishes for Thanksgiving for Dennis and I, but I am going to make traditional food too for the people who are showing up that are not keto. The turkey will be keto and the gravy will be keto, but I will make mashed potatoes. The green beans casserole will be keto. So, and I think I'm going to do it a little bit a different way this year too. So we'll see how that turns out. I'll try to post some recipes. May not be in a live, but I'll at least try to post some recipes. I could post everything that I'm making for my dinner too. I probably won't be able to demo it, but if anybody has a specific recipe that they need for Thanksgiving, let me know, and I can try to research that for you. Okay, 4 minutes and counting for the taco pie. Oh, and let me get one out of the freezer so you can see how I store it. Okay. My whole freezer is full of these. So here's a taco pie I actually made in April. I gotta get eating these. But these are great. You can pack these in your lunches and then put some sour cream. You can just pack little baggies of toppings, like whatever you want, onion. Some days I don't even feel like chopping up anything, and I just put salsa, sour cream, and guacamole. Some days I can even eat 2 of these if I'm really hungry. So like I said, oh, and I always, when I make the taco pies, I make 2 of them at a time. And usually we eat one, and then I freeze one. But I have a freezer full of them, so I wasn't going to make 2 tonight because I don't need any more taco pie. It's all in there. So, alright, 2 minutes, and we'll check these fajitas. Like I said, if you did not have an air fryer, although I'm really sad for anybody who does not have an air fryer, because we use ours at least once a week, and we've had this at least for 5 or 6 years, and it's lasted that long. And Dennis uses it, and it's great for reheating food. But if you don't have an air fryer, you could, if you have an oven, you could use a broiler. You could use a grill basket and do this out on a grill. You could probably figure out a way to bake it on a cookie sheet in the oven at 350 and just do it that way. So, you know, don't freak out if I post a recipe and it requires an air fryer. And some of my recipes, like, there's a chicken recipe that I use, and it says use the air fryer, but I make so much chicken that I don't want to deal with the small space, so I put it on the grill instead. Alright, so it says it's done. Let's just take a peek at it. Alright, you know what? I think I'd like my veggies a little more done. At least the bottom ones. So I think I want to pop it in for a few more minutes. I'm not going to cry if my grilled veggies looked a little more ooh, this is hot. So I'm going to let it, I'm not going to hold this up because it's kind of hot. Just going to put it back in here and put it in for a few more minutes. Like maybe 3 or 4 more minutes. And our oven's getting ready to beep. So let's put that back on. And then we're going to come over here for a minute and see what's going on. Let's check our oven. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, so let me see. Put you guys down. Let's open this door and see what's going on. Okay, so that is really jiggly. I don't know if you can see that or not, but this is going to need to probably stay on. It's not done. So it's probably going to have to be on for another 10 minutes or so, my guess. Get this out of the way. And this. Alright, so we are going to set the timer. And actually, I'm going to kick it up a little bit to 375. Oops, 375. And then let's do the kitchen timer. For 10 minutes. Alright. It's probably because I added those extra eggs, and for some reason, my oven always takes a little longer on that casserole. So, but it's really jiggly in the center. Let's go back to that recipe, just make sure it said 350. Taco pie. What questions everybody having? No questions? I am not seeing any comments tonight. I don't know if my live is not working. Last week it was so lively. Oh wait, here we go. I don't want to be cured, Kristen says. Julie said, oh, yes, please. Can you see that? I can now, Kristen. For some reason, my comments weren't working. Okay, Julie, you're very welcome, and you can finish watching it tomorrow. Good night. Have a good night. I can finally see the comments. Yay, we'll talk to you soon, Julie. Have a good night. Okay, so I did preheat it to 350. So it was the right temperature, but I just kicked it up a little bit, so hopefully it speeds up a little bit. I always put 8 eggs in too instead of 6, so I don't. But I usually check it and I just leave it in longer. Kristen, are you making anything for Thanksgiving? And what are you making? Do you have to prepare any food for Thanksgiving? Alright, just What are you making? Oh, corn casserole, yes. So we were gonna make that too, but my mom's gonna make noodles, like real noodles, like the Amish noodles instead. Sweet potatoes, yep, sweet potatoes. What else? Yeah, it's okay. I mean, it's the holidays. It's all right. I have to make real mashed potatoes, but I'm also gonna make. I've been so strict lately. I can't. I just can't. So I'm gonna make. I have to double make stuff. So I'm gonna make real mashed potatoes, but Dennis asked that I make the cauliflower mash. So I gotta double cook. I gotta make the mashed potatoes and the cauliflower mash. I'm gonna make what's called keto crack biscuits. They are so delicious. They're kind of like, you ever been to Red Lobster? And you know those biscuits they serve at Red Lobster? Only these have bacon bits in them. They're so delicious. And you make them in a skillet. Yeah, I always am exhausted. And I do this for both Thanksgiving and Christmas. And I have to make double. So for Christmas, I'm going to make 2 lasagnas. I'm going to make a keto lasagna and a regular lasagna. But some of the stuff I can make ahead of time and freeze it. So maybe for next week I'll make a dessert in our live and then freeze that and demo that. So I'm trying to think of stuff I can do in a live for Thanksgiving that we're going to eat and freeze it. But yeah, and then a little trick for the turkey. I can't really cut turkeys. I hate carving them. And so I learned a trick for the holidays. I cook the turkey the day before. Yes, I drink cocktails. Talk about that in a second. So I cook the turkey the day before, let it cool, and then I carve the turkey, put it in like a slow cooker with some chicken broth, and then warm it up in the. Yeah, Bloody Marys are a little bit higher in carbs, but I'm not going to say I haven't had. The tomato juice has carbs. Good, better, best. I'm going to send you Dr. Berry's document. I'm going to send you Dr. Berry's document about, it tells you all the foods and all the drinks. Although on occasion, Kristen, I wouldn't drink Bloody Marys every day. But on a holiday, it's not going to kill you. Vodka and soda water. Gin and soda water. I do a lot of White Claws. Yeah. It's a tomato juice. However, it's a holiday, Kristen. You know, do what you got to do. I do a lot of the White Claws and the... and I gave up alcohol for 6 months when I was really in a losing phase. But I'm not going to lie, I did have a Bloody Mary or 2 when I was tailgating for Notre Dame as a treat. Okay, let's take a look at this. I need this. There is a lot of steam. I don't know if you can see that steam coming out. Okay, I'm going to leave this as it is. I don't know if you can see this. But I like the brown edges. Oh, I'm dripping really bad. Okay, I gotta set this down because I just dripped all over my... Okay, hold on. I made a mess. Give me a second. Alright, that's what happens when you're trying to film and cook at the same time. But I don't know if you can see this or not, but there are like perfect edges on my onions. And that's why we like the air fryer. I'm not going to get the other vegetables out of there because they're a little runny and I'm making a mess. So I'll do that later. I'll just let them sit in there. But these they are awesome. Not going to lie. So I would take all that fajita meat. And again, I have one for steak too. I just didn't have steak to use, so I opted for the chicken one. So there's your tacos you asked for, your facial, yeah, the steam. I'm getting a taco facial. That's awesome. So yeah, so we have I don't know if I can turn this around. You can see it better. Hold on. Yeah, right there. That's what that is. Look at that. Oh my gosh, I want to eat that right now with some guacamole and some Mateo salsa. That is like perfection. I'm sorry, but it just is. Let me turn this back around. Oh my gosh. And Kristen, I'm fasting today, so I've had one meal. Okay, the only thing I can do is just drink water. Because I have smell-o-vision and I don't want the smell-o-vision right now. But, so, yeah, so I'm going to send you the document about, it's, Dr. Barry's document, and he's got all approved foods, all approved drinks. He's of the mentality, once in a while it's okay to do X, Y, Z. However, I would not drink those things every day, otherwise you're gonna tank your goals. So I do like a good Bloody Mary now and then, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, so Thanksgiving, whatever, it's a holiday. Just get back on track the day after. Dr. Ken Berry. Dr. Ken Berry is one of the leading experts in keto. I think I sent you his Keto 101 playlist to watch. There's like 175 videos in there to get started. But I will send you his 101 playlist, and I will also send you, he's got like a Word document of keto approved foods. Yeah, that's Dr. and him and his wife's a nurse. He is actually a general practitioner. My sister got me on him, and he is instrumental. All of his videos, him and Maria Emmerich and her husband Craig, those two people right there are the ones that got how I lost all my weight. And tens and 20,000 other people too. So, yes. Okay, so 46 seconds. Let's go over here to the oven. We're going to pop this open again. I'm going to sit you guys down on the floor because we're actually going to take a look at this. We're going to open the oven and see what's going on. We're going to, oh, you know what? I need my hot pad. So hold on. We're going to see if this jiggles. So I'm opening the oven. Okay. It's still a little jiggly. All right, can you guys talk to me for 5 more minutes? We're going to set this for... All right, we're going to talk for 5 more minutes. We're going to come over here, and you can talk to me. All right, so I think Sharon just joined. Hi, Sharon. So, Sharon, what we were doing, and you can go back and watch this. I'm going to show you what we made. Kristen and I made it. Some other people who left. Sharon, we made chicken fajitas in the air fryer. And don't those look delicious? You can go back and watch the video of how to make chicken fajitas in the air fryer. So yummy. Kristen and I did that together. And we're also making taco pie. And we're going to pull that out of the oven in just a few minutes. And it will probably, Kristen, I'm going to pull that out. It'll probably continue baking a little bit after we pull it out. It's still just a little jiggly in the center. So, but I'm telling you that taco pie is the bomb. You have to make it. I'm going to post a recipe on the comments of this live. And it changed my life. That and the lasagna. I'm going to have to make the lasagna, but the lasagna takes an hour to bake. But what I'll probably do is show you how to prep it and then put it in the oven, and then you guys will just have to, I'll post a picture of it when it's done, or post a picture of one that I've done. Yeah, make the taco. It's so easy. It's just taco meat, eggs, and cheese. And then whatever you have on hand to top it with. So, Yes, it's so delicious. And Sharon, I know you just came in, but you can go back and rewatch this once we're done. But yeah, these fajitas, I need to start making these more because the fajitas are really easy too. It's just cutting up chicken and some seasoning and cutting up some veg. Throwing it in a wrap. And Sharon, you just joined. These wraps are awesome. And you know how goofy I am. Sharon's my cousin, Kristen. And Sharon knows how, well, okay, so I do a little bit of a hybrid thing since I'm at my goal weight. 2 days a week, I do protein days and I only eat one meal. So on 2 days, I watch my portions. The rest of the week, I eat whatever I want. So today I ate a grilled chicken breast that was seasoned in garlic and onion powder and Italian seasoning. And then I had an egg white omelet with 1 slice of deli meat and like a tablespoon of onion. And that's all I've eaten today. Tomorrow, I'll eat whatever I want. Tuesday, I'll do the OMAD again. And then the rest of the week, I'll eat whatever I want. My body tends to respond better when I mix it up like that. Just because I'm at my goal weight, I want to stay under 160 pounds. And I've lost all the weight I really want to lose. So when I do this 2 days a week, I just do this 2 days a week, I tend to not gain any weight. Yes, that's my maintenance plan, and it works for my body. I call it ketovore. There's a subset of keto diet called carnivore where you only eat meat. And those 2 days I'm only eating lean protein and egg white omelets. I don't recommend that for everyone, especially if you're just starting keto, because it would be really hard to eat that lean. But I also feel better when I do that. I have a lot of pain in my joints and inflammation, and I'm also not eating dairy and cheese on those days, Kristen. And I really feel like the cheese and the dairy causes me pain. But I don't want to give up cheese totally, as you understand, because I love it so much. So I do that 2 days a week, and I feel like it helps with my pain and inflammation. And then the other days of the week, I can eat whatever I want, so that I feel like I'm rewarding myself. And I really feel like, 2 days a week I'm really strict, and then the rest of the time I get to eat whatever I want, and I can do it. I can do it. But if people who starve themselves every day, like calorie restriction diets, do not work for me. Cannot do it. I can do 2 days a week. Although I'm struggling on a day like today where I'm cooking for everybody. So, all right, let's go check the oven again and see what's going on. I think we're going to be good. Yeah, I'm pulling this out because it's starting to get a little brown on the edge. So let me put you guys up here in just a second, and we'll take a look at this. I'm going to cancel the oven. You don't need that on. Okay, I need some really good hot pads here. Let me get both of these. Okay, hold on. Let me point you down here because you're going to want to see this. Oh, man, it smells so good in here, Kristen. I can't handle it. Cannot handle this. All right, this is really hot. Wait till you see this coming out. Look at that. Looks so delicious. So, doesn't that look so yummy? Look at all that, how that cheese baked into there. Oh man. Yes. So good. So, we have our fajitas. Come over here. Sit down for a second. And our taco pie. And then you would just cut that into pie sizes and then put your toppings on that. So, can't go wrong. Yeah, this is one of the first things I've learned is a taco pie. Janine gave me that recipe. My sister, she's not in tonight. She's AWOL, as usual. She can't make fun of my shirt because I tried to put on a shirt that she wouldn't recognize tonight. But, she gave me this recipe. and the lasagna one. I'll probably have to do the lasagna one. So I'll throw this in I'll let it cool here on the oven for a little bit. Oh, Kurt's here. Hey, Kurt. How you doing? You'll have to watch. I'll show Kurt what we did. So, the guacamole freezes okay. It does not get weird, I promise you. So, we made a taco pie. And basically, this is better than Taco Bell. You can put whatever toppings you want on it. And then the other thing we made, we'll come over here. We made, hold on, chicken fajitas in the air fryer. Let me flip this around. Oh, Sherry, it's Jessica's fault. It's okay. Sherry, check these out. Chicken fajitas. You can go back and watch the replay. And look how to make yeah, it's really good. Go back and watch a replay, Sherry, and you can look at how to make chicken fajitas. Does anybody have any questions? I'm gonna ask that you tell me what you guys want to make or want me to demo for Thanksgiving. You can post it in the group or post it in the comments. Otherwise, I'm probably gonna demo a some sort of dessert that I'm going to make for Thanksgiving and just freeze it so that I'm knocking things out for Thanksgiving, because I have to double cook keto stuff and double cook regular food. Oh, you guys don't have one, Sherry? We've had this one for, yeah, green bean. You want me to make the green bean casserole? I could probably do that. You want me to demo that? I'm thinking of doing a new recipe this year in the Instant Pot because, yeah, I'll get on my brother for that, Sherry. We've had this one for 6 years, and like I was telling Kristen, I really like this one. Let me turn this around so you can see. We've had this one for 6 years, and what I like about this one is it has little shelves, and so it's still steaming. Look at that, Kristen. It has little shelves that you pull out and pop in there instead of a basket. So I will cry the day this one dies. Although Janine has one. Okay, Kristen, I can demo green bean casserole. Because honestly, smaller batch. And we can test it out and see if we can make a small batch. And Kristen, do you have a Instant Pot? Because that's how I was going to make it. And the reason why is I've been doing it in the oven and you don't have an Instant Pot. Okay. I use frozen green beans. And when I bake it in the oven, it does not, the green beans are, how do I describe it? They are crunchy, and I like mine not crunchy in the green bean casserole. So let me think about this a little bit. Maybe they're not watery, they're not done. Like they're crunchy when you bite into them, you know what I'm saying? I like them a little more soft. So let me think about this. I will demo green beans next week. I will demo green beans. What else can I demo? I will demo green beans next week. I will figure out. Yeah, I don't like that either. And that's why I knew if I did it in the Instant Pot, maybe I can steam them. And I don't use canned green beans anymore because they have bad ingredients in them. So let me think about this and we'll figure out a way to do it. Maybe we can steam them on the stove a little bit beforehand and get them a little softer. Do you use fresh green? Let me figure this out, Kristen, and I got your back. We'll figure it out. Yep. I will, and actually it will be good practice for me because then I'll know how to do it. So, what other questions? Yes, you can freeze these little guacs. And look, it's actually thawed now. so it's not brown or anything. I'm going to eat this for lunch tomorrow. I thought it. Don't forget, for the people who just joined, get your white queso. I get mine at Sam's Club, but they have it at Costco. My favorite salsa is Mateo's. And the wraps, Egg Life wraps. These are what you eat your fajitas in. I sneak them in my purse to go into the Mexican restaurant. Sorry, if you're still in here, Kurt, you can't sneak them into your purse because you probably don't have a purse, but make Carrie do it for you. Oh, that white cheese is the bomb. Scrambled eggs with the queso on it is my favorite. Until I discovered pizza eggs. Pizza eggs is also my favorite. Oh, I want to eat these fajitas right now. All right, any other questions? If not, I think it's after 9. We made the taco pie. We made the fajitas. I think everything went well. Are the egg thingies in them? So where did I find these? I want to say they're in the refrigerator section. They are refrigerated. I want to say it's over by somewhere, but I think it's over by the eggs or the cheese. Where do you go shopping, Kristen? Do you go to Meijer's? At Meijer's, I think they're over by like the cream cheese and the... No, they're over by the cheese. By the eggs, Sherry says, yeah. Meijer. They're over by the eggs. And they used to have them at Costco, but I don't think so anymore. I think I saw them at Meijer by the eggs, Sherry says. Thank you, Sherry. Like I said, and I've also ordered them online. But you have to... They'll charge you shipping unless you buy $50 worth. So... but yeah, those are my favorite. All right. Yes, you are very welcome, and thank you all for joining me. My kitchen smells so good now. I have to drink a bunch of water because I'm so hangry. But I have a ton of stuff to eat all week, so it's a win-win. Thank you, Kristen. Thank you, Sherry. Kurt's still in here, too. Kurt, you're going to have to go back and watch the stuff because everybody likes tacos. All right, guys, I think I'm going to sign off because now I have a messy kitchen again. I got to clean it up before I can go to bed. So, everybody, I will work on the green beans, Kristen, and maybe that's what we'll do. We'll have a Thanksgiving thing, and I will post the recipes as soon as I get off. And you guys have a wonderful week, and we'll see you. Oh, Johnny D. Hey, Johnny D. That's my brother. So, buy an air fryer for Christmas is coming up, Johnny D. Get an air fryer. All right, signing off. Everybody have a great week. Talk to you soon.